I was met by the specter of the Nature Guardian, monstrously deformed since its death centuries ago.
Rejoice, creature, for today your spirit will return to the One.
I like how he uses the term "its death." I'm gonna assume this is because he can't figure out what sex anything is because they're so disgusting looking. Now, this is the Nature Guardian. The Nature Guardian summons goddamn tentacles, and a lot of them eventually. I'm not 100% certain, but they sort of look different than the normal tentacle. And you can see the phantasmal blah 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 doing a lot of damage there.
Yeah, that multi-stab attack, while pretty useless in a group confrontation, is very effective against these bosses.
Yeah, it really is. The only big problem is, unfortunately, since these two guardians summon a lot of crap, it makes it very difficult to actually hit with it because you might just randomly target the little stupid tentacle thing, which can just disappear immediately. Unfortunately, I've just never really gotten good at fighting these bosses. Like, I'll do all right in the upcoming ones, but never actually more than just okay. I guess I never really wanted to learn how to figure them out. Brute force is always a good option.
Well, it's kind of the developer's fault.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you resurrect a Spirit Forge.
And then get tentacle raped Japanese style.
Hell yeah, from both ends, dude. As you can see, these guys are being bitches. And yeah, that's why I normally don't deal with tentacles. We're just going to leave them in there. No souls? Well, maybe back there. See, this is what I was talking about with the downside of Defiance, is occasionally you can actually... I think you can actually clear out an entire area of souls, which makes it very difficult when you're trying to gain health back if you just effed up royally.
Elder God not supplying you with your food supply anymore.
Yeah, no kidding.
And for the third time, we get the Fire Reaver.
Because twice wasn't enough.
Seriously. And they made us wait until the end of Soul Reaver 2.
As the Reaver absorbed the souls of the Nature and Conflict Guardians, it was imbued with the elemental power of fire with which their principles were aligned. I was now equipped to reach the pillars.
So this one sort of makes sense. Conflict and nature, so both of them kind of resemble fire in a sort of vague way. But the best part is, like, they started down this path, and then by the final Reaver, they're just, like, shoehorning different aspects of the Guardians together to try to make it into a Water Reaver. You're like, that does not make sense. I'm sorry.
By defeating the Bologna and Salmon Guardians...
Yeah, you're just like, no, this doesn't... I'm sorry. You can try to make that claim as much as you want, but no, by defeating those two Guardians, you don't make Earth.
There's only so much you can do to... Only so many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches you can make.
Yeah, no kidding. I think time is water, because time flows. Get it?
Yes.
Yeah. See what I mean? It just sort of gets, like, to the point where they're just like, oh, good lord, are you serious?
They're getting really abstract.
Yeah. And, of course, we needed more shades. Apparently, these things take more damage by the Light Reaver. I honestly never knew that.
Well, it simply follows. We've got it made, so now we have to deal with some shades. Yes, that was terrible, and I'm sorry.
I don't even know what you were trying to do. I'm just gonna ignore it. How's that?
I will accept that.
This is how you fail at this puzzle. Just in case you were questioning that.
Oh, that's lame. Oh,
Yeah.
really? It's timed?
Yeah, I don't know if everyone
jeez.
seems... I normally don't mess this up this bad. I think it was because I missed the grab. You'll see here how I actually try to do it most of the time. Problem is, it is a little dangerous because you can miss the grab onto the wall, and if you do that, you'll end up taking too much time.
And Raziel can't shoot fire with his TK, can he?
No, he can't.
That's obnoxious.
So that's how I normally do it. And even if you miss the grab the first time, as long as you don't fail at jumping on the wall like I did during the previous attempts, you'll be fine. Just don't be as terrible as I was.
Which is hard to do, considering that it's hard to not be terrible at that section, given the camera angles constantly changing and the wiggity controls.
It's very likely you'll fail it the first time, for sure. And another... Oh, at least it was short.
Imbued with the Fire Reaver, I can now get the hell out of here and move on to the next temple.
Yeah, they like to put temple segments in sections with 2. The final one, after this one, is rough, because it takes place during Vorador's mansion, and... Christ, that's like,
rough on
why
its
did they
own.
have to... Yeah, why did they have to combine all that stuff together? I do appreciate that those Hilden did, in fact, watch that door for me, though.
It's good of them to stick around.
Yeah, it's nice. Even though they call me names like Little Demon, Pathetic Creature, they still got my back.
They don't mean it. They're just speaking out of hurt.
They're just trolls on internet forums.
Generating drama.
You know it.
Just, I sure hope you don't give up this LP because you've been trolled so hard by the Hilden.
I don't know, I'm thinking about it. We'll find out later. Anyway, yes, back in real world time, we can now open this gate. Yay.
Fantastic.
And guess what? It's exactly the same as it was in the previous section, only now there's vampire hunters instead of fucking Seraphan. Oh, and check it out. I always thought it was pretty cool back there. You can see the Seraphan stronghold 500 years later. Sort of a little bit different looking. But yeah, here's the pillars.
Once again, I beheld the pillars of Nosgoth, crumbling in decay now, following the corruption of the Circle. Here I would find Ariel, the specter of the murdered Balance Guardian, and the last pure, undefiled member of the Guardian Circle. Bound here upon her death, she was doomed to haunt these pillars until her successor fulfilled his terrible duty, and balance was restored.
What manner of creature approaches?
I know you well, Ariel, though you do not yet know me.
I have no time for riddles, strange one.
All you have is time. I have come to seek your guidance.
I counsel only one man, and you are not he. But you will know him soon. The contagion of your kind is coming to an end.
My kind? What exactly do you think I am?
Your name shall remain unspoken, as decreed by our ancestors. You serve the one who so brutally took my life and set this tragedy in motion. But even now, hope is at work. Balance will be restored, and your kind will be expelled forever.
You have pinned your hopes on Cain. He will disappoint you.
What can you know of Cain?
More than you could ever fathom.
He will do what he must when the time comes.
By choosing his own death. A sacrifice for the world. You don't know Cain very well.
I know what he is called to do. My faith sustains me.
Is it faith or fear? You know that if Cain refuses the sacrifice, you will never leave here. And you begin to suspect.
I will not hear your poison, fiend.
Grant me the answers I require, and I will leave you to your pathetic delusions.
Ask, then.
I seek the vampire Vorador.
To kill him, perhaps, or to join him in death. But for Cain, he is the last of his kind. Mobius's mob has done its work.
My reasons are my own.
His refuge lies in the heart of the Black Forest. And may you molder there together until